even in college, I remember the moment that I dropped out, and I was giving a presentation in class, and it was a group type of presentation, and most of them didn't know the answers because I did most of the work. So as I'm talking, people are just laughing and laughing and laughing to the point where I literally cried myself out of the classroom.
Wait, college age?
In college.
Welcome back. What can I say? The Instinct Finecast. Another episode is underway, and I got somebody that you guys are going to love today. Miss Kris Holt.
Hey, everybody.
Is in the building. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how glamorous you look. We're going to talk about marketing. But
Let's do it.
The main thing, as you know, is we want to help some people.
Right.
The main thing is to help some people. We all have our own insecurities, and we start with one question. What is the most challenging thing in life that you've had to overcome?
Okay.
Of many, I'm sure. We've all had a lot.
Right.
But if you had to pick one, and how'd you overcome it?
My number one insecurity that I've had to overcome was my speech impediment.
Okay.
So I stutter, and it's so bad. It was so bad to where if I could say one sentence completely, my parents would take me out.
Really?
They would celebrate me. You know, so that's how bad it was. And how I overcame it was created a business that allowed for me to not have to display that weakness. So I created a digital marketing business because working, I would be on the phone and start stuttering to the point where people would hang up on me.
So, you mean at a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the best part of my business now is that I don't really have to talk to you.
That's what
I can email you.
Designing your own way of life.
Exactly.
Right? It is so interesting. So you overcame it by creating your own environment and making your own insecurity.
Right.
Not disappear, because you sound great. Even if it hits you every now and then, how did you, as a child, get better and better as you got older?
Ooh.
It improved.
Yeah. My parents were active in getting me speech counseling, speech therapy, speech help. And then just internal work as well. I think when I started my business, that was the first thing that I made my business off of. But now I just love myself so freaking much. I really don't give a damn. You know?
Right. I love it.
I just don't care.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know I knew you actually about a month before I even
Really?
realized.
How?
Yeah. I knew you for a month before I even realized you had a speech impediment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even really pay any attention.
Oh, wow.
And that speaks to, you know why? Because you have so many other great qualities. Your personality, you're intelligent, you're funny, that when you have all these things going for you, a person like myself anyway, we don't see the weakness.
Yeah.
You know, so what is it? Let's talk to some ladies real quick who may have certain insecurities.
Okay.
Yours is something that if you let it could have destroyed you.
Right.
Because speaking is something that we have to do.
Exactly.
Other people, Kris, I see people doing body contouring. I see people having surgeries they don't need.
Yeah.
I see people trying to look like Hollywood actresses 24/7.
Right.
I mean, you do it.
I do it.
But I'm just saying. Talk to the young ladies who have insecurities about overcoming that self-image.
Right. Most things you can fix. And then the things that are hard to fix, just learn to love, because we're very microscopic when it comes to ourselves. And like you said, like you didn't know it until a month after meeting me, right? But each time I do it, I have like a very like I can track it, right? So know that. Most things can be fixed. So. If you wake up and you don't like what you see because you're overweight, then go to the gym because that can be fixed, right? If you want to present yourself better, then get nicer clothes, get like training. So whatever deficiencies that you feel like you have, 90% of them can actually be fixed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the rest you can learn to live with. And determine whether or not it's that serious.
Right, because most people really don't care.
Right.
And the people who you're trying to impress, I mean, you're just worried about the wrong thing.
They could care less. And if you're trying to impress them, 9 times out of 10, they have their own insecurities.
Right.
They're just not vulnerable enough to share it with you.
Exactly.
So let's fast forward. Using the format of the shows, we fast forward to the end real quick.
Okay.
All you guys that have short attention spans, what you doing now? What's the product? What's the brand? What do you help people do?
Yeah, so I help businesses and entrepreneurs with their sales funnels, with their social media, and also with their systems. So a lot of automation work, and I also do photo shoots, just as you know.
Yes.
And commercial and things like that. So I'm kind of like I have a full powerhouse type of agency that helps with branding and creative work.
And she does it all, man. Me and Kris went to the mall one day. She was like, get this. Thank God I'm coachable. She was like, get that. I'm like, good. Get that. Good. Ring it up.
Right.
2,500. Damn. Okay. You got it, right? Then we go to the photo shoot. She's like, no, do like this.
Do like this. Do like this.
Do like this. We need the one with the watch on the outside.
Right.
She's very good at it. She helped me out with the photo shoot, brought the photographer. I loved it because y'all were so professional, man.
Thank you.
I still stay in touch with Cullen. Yeah.
He's the best. That is my right-hand man.
Yeah.
He's
the best. Y'all were so professional. It was a lot of fun, and I just trusted that you are a walking embodiment of what you do. Yeah, you are.
You have to look like the services that you sell.
Right.
And I don't think that folks really realize that. And people think, that it's about flossing. It's not about flossing, but seeing is believing, right?
Absolutely.
Like, only God looks at the heart, but everyone else looks at your Instagram page. So you have to have a product.
God looks at the heart, but we checking your profile.
But we look at your Instagram page.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So with my high just ticket programs, I kind of have to look because I can't sell you glam if I don't look like glam.
Of course. I'm trying to teach. I'm teaching you how to speak, and you ain't seen me on stage one time. Right. It has to. You have to be at least a walking embodiment of what you offer.
Right.
Awesome. So, before we get into the speech impediment, you overcoming it psychologically, mentally. What do you see are common mistakes people make right now in social media and marketing? Give me Kris's 3 do nots.
Oh my gosh.
Do not, please don't.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or you need a list of 10.
One, people can tell when you have invested in your brand. So don't think that you're going to look at what your competitors are doing and make it better. So what I see folks don't do is not invest in their brand. Like still don't have a website, still don't have a sales funnel, still don't have one look like you have invested and you actually care about your brand.
Shortcuts.
Right.
You know what's funny, Kris? People, you know how you got apps that got the free version and the $199?
Just upgrade to $199.
Please do the $199.
Just
take
upgrade.
the watermark. First of all, your watermark is killing you.
Right.
You're trying to use, let's just say Flipgram or whatever.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the $199.
Right. You just do the extra.
So invest in yourself. Give me maybe one more.
2 is not having enough testimonials and people to vouch for what you're doing. That right there is key. I'm not going to spend money with you if I don't see any of your past work, folks that you can tag who've worked with you. There's a lot of scammers out. I mean, I have personally been scammed.
We all have.
There's so many scammers. So part of having a profile where folks feel comfortable to spend money with you is having lots of video testimonials of like folks who like what you have done.
Love it. Yeah. There's nothing like a walking billboard of people who've been through it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because that builds your credibility.
So how'd you get into it? So we have a young lady who feels like the stuttering may prohibit her from making moves in business.
Right.
But what was your first project or breakthrough? Was it funnels? Was it a logo? Was it colors? Was it branding? What'd you help somebody do that made you say, I can do this?
Yeah, I had a client. Him and his wife, they owned a gym, and they had me to do the post for their brand. And when I did that, and I showed them, they were like flabbergasted. They're like, oh my gosh. And in that moment, I was like, I may not be the most eloquent, but people need what I have.
What you do.
And so instead of putting myself and thinking of myself as having a disadvantage, I just approach business like folks need me, because I make things look really, 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 really good.
Nice.
So I may not be able to like speak fluently, but my work speaks for itself without me having to say anything.
Makes sense.
And I just loved that.
So the company was what kind of company? Very first one?
Yeah, it was a fitness.
A fitness.
Yeah.
So you basically were doing the posting for them.
Right.
And you know what people don't understand in business, Kris? There's always something that an entrepreneur does not like doing,
right,
that they will pay you to do. Because people think there's a shortage of talent.
There's no shortage. I actually made a post on my Twitter that there is no shortage of money. You just need to perfect your skill set or have a skill set that pays you more. There's no shortage of money. You just need to level up what you're doing and add more value to make it worth that price.
From somebody else.
Right.
How do you separate yourself from the competition? There are other, because people right now saying, I know people who do sales funnels.
Right.
I know people who post on social media.
Right.
I know. How does Kris separate herself a little bit?
Ooh, that's a great question, because I'm smarter than most people. In a sense that, so I went from just doing posts, right, and then my husband and I, we invested in learning about software. So now we both have our own softwares. Then we invested more to learn funnels. Then we invested. So the more you invest in what you're doing, the harder you are to replace. And the more that gives you that competitive advantage, because most people have a product or a service that gets folks from A to B, but I get people from A to Z, and that's why I'm better. That's what I think.
Let me tell you something. I had a whole episode on confidence. Shout out to my man Pretty Ken, who discovered like the Addict Crew, and he was in the Dungeon Family, and
nice.
Young Bloods, and you're a little young for that, Kris, but that's before Outkast and some of the guys with those guys. So Pretty Ken sat here and he talked about confidence, and believe it or not, some people right now made a funny face when you said, I'm smart. It's nothing wrong with knowing and being confident.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because we downplay so much, take it from the guy who downplayed his own skills for like 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I will outspeak
anybody.
I was going to qualify all y'all. Okay? I will outspeak anybody, in my personal opinion. And of course, that's subjective to the listener. But my point is, I downplayed my own gifts and talents for 15 years.
Wow.
It wasn't until the last 10 that I started stepping into my greatness, because we're taught, be cool, be humble. And I'm still cool and humble. And I don't floss. I do what I call subtle flossing.
Right, I mean, like a little bit.
We are shooting here.
Right.
But
that I own.
But I do subtle flosses. But my whole point to you is, I like what you said, because there's nothing wrong with some confidence in knowing who you are and what you do.
And the thing is that we think that we're doing the people around us a favor when we dim our light, but people pay for confidence. So if you are a business coach, and if you are a confidence coach, or if you have some sort of product or service, why be in it to act like you're not the best? Folks will pay you if you sound confident, and if you truly are confident.
Oh, I need my cards.
So you're not doing anyone a favor by downplaying. You're just not.
What happened? Even Kanye West said it best. Do you think he's going a little too far? Is he okay?
I think that Kanye right now is on a different plane, but who Kanye was, because I watched that.
Yes.
I freaking loved it.
Yes.
Kanye. The funniest thing that he said was when he was he was on the Oprah show, and Oprah said, "Well, I feel like you're just vouching for your self, and that folks feel like you're doing too much. And like his response was, well, I was just vouching for who was the best at that time, and I'm the best. So why would I not vouch for myself? I was like, you better talk your shit, Kanye.
Right, absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
It's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and I think they've gotten so blurred that we just choose to do nothing.
Right.
Don't say nothing about yourself.
Right.
Don't try to make the next man feel worse.
Right.
And you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
So.
Oh wait, and like, can I add this too?
Yeah, sure.
You aren't going to make people feel worse if the people around you are on your level. You and I can talk crap about what you're doing because I'm trying to be like you. The only people who get offended are the people who ain't doing nothing. So if you're butthurt, then you're not hanging around the right people. If people around you are mad at you,
that's right,
for flossing about your accomplishments, then they're not doing enough, and that's a bit of envy and hate and all those things.
All those things, girl. Let me flap these wings up for you, girl. Let me flap these wings. This is my applause. You hear what I'm saying? So you shout it out to somebody. Show hubby some love. Y'all got marketing business. Who is that back there?
That is my husband. That is my rock. He is my everything. He's everything that I manifested, everything that I prayed for, and that's just him.
Yes, he's an amazing guy.
He is.
Do you know I did not know Tommy owned Connectedly?
Oh, really?
Man, y'all own. I had the app on my phone, and I was in Miami.
Okay.
And somebody just said, download Connectedly.
Right.
And I was like, sure, I'm coachable.
Yeah.
And then about a month later, he's going through all the things he's done.
Right.
He's like, I own this, I own that, I own Connectedly.
Yeah.
I texted him, I said, you own Connectedly?
Yes.
How did y'all get into, are y'all still into app development?
Oh, yeah.
What other apps? Do y'all own Tinder as well? I mean, what else you got?
No, so he owns Connectedly. He's also part owner of a black-owned bank. He also he does a lot of stuff.
I gotta bring him on here separate.
Yeah.
I'm wasting my space.
But
right now it's about you.
But I'm Mrs. Connectedly. So if you got a problem with him, then you got a problem with me.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta bring Tommy on separately.
Yes.
In fact, I did write y'all's names down on my manifestation board.
We are honored.
When I started my podcast.
We are honored.
2 guests. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you.
No, y'all are really a great couple.
I'm happy to be here.
Quick pivot before we get back to business.
Sure.
How has the married life changed you?
Ooh, how has the married life changed me, babe? Okay. The married life has made me less selfish. I'm still selfish, but it's made me less selfish. And it's given me a sense of stability that I've never really had, because it's a different dynamic when you're married to an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
So late nights.
Talk about that.
He's on Zoom. We're on dates. We're like, well, let me send this invoice. But like, that's our dynamic, and I don't get mad at him. And I think that coming from a situation where someone does not understand you, you're unequally yoked, and it makes it that harder to get to where you're going to.
Absolutely.
So I refused to date anybody at that time who was not an entrepreneur. I'm not attracted to it. Like, there's just certain things about me that's going to bother you because I'm this way.
Yeah.
Like, let's book a random flight in like the middle of the week and like go.
They like, nah.
Right. I have work. Damn it.
They got a job, right? So you didn't put yourself in that position.
Yeah. And so now, like I do shoots like all over the like U.S. now. So I'm in New York, I'm in Miami, I'm in Las Vegas, I'm in L.A. and like if it's on a Monday, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, he's always there. And I like not having a difficult like friction there
to have to always explain
right,
and
to have
discuss
to explain it, to explain why we're on date night and I need to send this out real quick.
Yeah.
It's easy to love each other because he gets me and I get him.
Can you imagine a boo, you on date night, and they trying to figure out, I mean, you got to close the deal right now. This happens every day.
Yeah.
This happens. I see couples every day where the husband is not supportive. Here's my thing, Kris. I thought the definition of marriage was two people decide to come together as one and get through this thing called life as a unit.
Right.
Why would a husband not support a wife? I will never understand that. And I would never understand why a wife doesn't support a husband if it's not draining the household.
Exactly.
Or you're talking about me sending a text on date night and this could close a deal for us.
For us.
Maybe that's just me.
And I know that my thing was always like, I'm the shit already by myself, that the person that I'm with, if they're causing too much friction, just leave.
Right.
And I can be choosy and I have options, right? So the love that we had, it was a smooth integration. And if it was too choppy, then it just would not have worked. But as you're on this journey, I need somebody who fits me and I fit him. It can't be, I'm trying to go this way and you're nagging me.
Right.
It just can't do
it
that.
Can't be, yeah.
No.
Because you were who you were before him. He was before you.
Right.
So we can't allow each other to pull the opposite of who we were. Yeah. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
What kind of challenges do you find? What kind of challenges do you find being a young lady in business? Have you found that, and a black young lady at that, and pretty, and with your speech impediment?
Yeah.
What kind of challenges do you find you've had to overcome? You had to prove yourself more.
That's a very good question. I don't feel like I have any challenges because I don't allow my mind to go there. I am a dreamer. And in my dreams, there are no obstacles. And so I'm big in like to manifesting. So why would I set out on a journey with the reasons that I can't do it or the reasons why it wouldn't work? Those things are non-existent. No, because when it comes to just any goal or a level of success that you have to 100% expect that to happen. I expect greatness, so I don't have time to think about what I can't do or who's going to doubt me.
Absolutely.
Because I expect it to happen.
Absolutely.
So all that other stuff can go.
Man, we're gonna do low fives under the bird beat. So we gotta work around the bird beat. So here's a great question.
Work on the bird beat.
We're gonna go below the bird beat. So here's the question.
Okay.
Growing up with the speech impediment when it was worse, did you always have this confidence, or at some point, I'm sure children used to make fun. Children can be cruel.
Oh yeah.
How did you go from? Because I would think that most people who've overcome the things you've overcome, they would have a little bit of a lower self-esteem.
Right.
You don't understand the way I grew up. I had such and such. You know what I mean? Talk about so people understand. You probably did go through a.
I mean, just. Even in college, I remember the moment that I dropped out, and I was giving a presentation in class, and it was a group type of presentation, and most of them didn't know the answers because I did most of the work. So as I'm talking, I mean, people are just laughing and laughing and laughing to the point where I literally cried myself out of the classroom.
Wait, college age?
In college.
They should know.
And I mean, teasing me bad. And so this is I've dealt with bullying all the freaking time. The thing that helped me was sports. I was really freaking good at sports.
Okay, which one?
At volleyball.
Okay.
I was in club ball. I mean, like my parents invested in my sports career like at a young age.
You going in?
And so I've right.
You went over the net. Are you the spiker? What do they call it?
Yeah.
The spiker.
I'm like the outside.
You the one going over the net.
Yeah.
Giving them the business.
Right. And so I've won every award in the state of Tennessee, and I broke a 20-year record. So sports gave me the confidence because I didn't have to say anything. I just had to be good. And so I was always like popular, like just in like newspapers. Oh, Kris this, Kris that, Kris that. So that was where I found my confidence of, I don't have to say anything, but y'all are going to respect me because I'm the best MFer there is.
Give me a low five. Under the
And
beat.
so I kind of translated that confidence in like to business, because I'm in marketing and that's a very white male dominated field, and I want to like break that ceiling the same way that I did in volleyball.
Makes sense. So to all the parents, I always tell people it's 3 A's.
Okay.
Academics, athletics, and the arts.
Right.
And so many of us we steer the child. Academics.
Right.
It's just, you going to college, you're doing this, you do 12 years in K through 12, you're doing your undergrad, and you need to get your master's, and if you can, get your PhD. Nothing wrong with formal education.
Right.
I personally feel like it's outdated.
Me
but
too.
we got to look at the other 2 A's.
I know.
Athletics and the arts, and give our children a chance to go on different paths and experience as much as they can. Because even though you are not in the Olympics or there's no professional volleyball team that you're on, it's what got you the confidence to keep going and doing something.
And that's what's going to make me a multi-millionaire in the future. Was that camaraderie, like when it comes to sports, and I'm so glad that you touched on this. That's why, you know, I'm not a parent yet. I'm a step parent, but that's why our adults have to make more money, because our counterparts give our white children the freedom
to make choices.
But we pigeonhole them and we put our expectations on them, but out of fear, because you don't have the means to support their dreams.
Absolutely.
And so I think that there's definitely a fine balance, but parents need to be careful of the toxic seeds that they plant in like their children, that they may or may not know what they're doing.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna message you a little bit. The last time we talked, maybe about a month ago, you were asking me some financial tips and questions. Did you watch what I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Was it helpful?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're worried about this dock falling when people who are much bigger and heavier have been here, but I get it. You worried about the financial gain. Do you kind of live in a state, are you real cautious? Paranoid to a degree?
That's a really good question. I'm not cautious. I think that I don't believe mainstream media, so I'm always like, whatever they say, it's probably the opposite.
The conspiracy.
I'm just a critical thinker. Like, folks just go with the flow of things because it's easy to do. But what we have to realize, and I know that you'll tease me with this, was 50 years ago, 97% of the media was owned by 93 companies. Now, 97% of the media is only owned by six, right? So if they have an agenda and they control it, whoever controls the narrative controls everything else. And so I just, I like haven't trusted them then. I don't know why I would trust them now. So I'm just weary about things.
Right. Low five.
I'm just weary about things.
Because I do agree with you, and this is my flaw. I don't let the media control me at all. But I do have somewhat rose-colored glasses on. Because I kind of choose to live my life. I don't believe everything I see, don't get me wrong. But I don't take, if it's got 3 or 4 more layers for me to dig under, I'll let somebody else, that's why I hang around smart people like you. Right. So you can tell me whether or not I need to move my money.
But when you make money, you're allowed to have those colored glasses on. Okay, you're allowed to be like, oh, okay, well, like this pandemic is happening. I mean, well, I have these in investments, so just let the chips unfold just as they are.
That's a great. I got so much to talk to you about. Remind me, we're gonna talk about the pandemic real quick, NFTs, and promote one more thing.
Okay.
How did the pandemic change you, or did it?
It didn't do it. And the only thing that I was mad at was my restaurants were closed.
As a consumer?
Yeah, but nothing else. Like, we traveled more during the pandemic and got through customs so easily.
Really?
Yes.
And that's a great way to look at it. Now's the time to fly.
Right. And like, I mean, the pandemic we didn't get touched by it. At all.
Right.
But that kind of but that's not a boasting thing, but that speaks to my old statement of you have to invest in yourself to the point where even when times do get hard, you're not in a replaceable type of position.
Very good.
It's not easy to replace you. It's easy to replace someone who works at a restaurant. It's like not easy to replace just someone who's running your ads and your whole back end and your whole system. It's not easy to replace you.
So you didn't have to pivot as hard as some people.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. And you put
not.
yourself in a position to win.
Thank you.
Let's talk about NFTs real quick.
Okay.
And not that you're a guru or you totally understand it, but you
I'm not
understand
a
it more
guru.
than most people.
Okay.
I saw you put up a post that was like, look, this got my attention. When Kris puts up a post, this month I'm dropping everything I'm doing to learn about this.
Yeah.
What do you think this NFT thing?
Oh my gosh.
Where do you think it's going?
Woo. Okay.
The Metaverse.
NFTs and the Metaverse are to 2025 as in what Instagram and Facebook were to us back in the early 2000s. And if our people especially don't, like, we're always the last to catch up with stuff. These white people, these Asian people, they are there's 16-year-olds who are making millions of dollars. So it's one of those
In the Metaverse.
And there's large companies like Ford who are making headquarters there.
In the Metaverse.
Like in the Metaverse. So it is one of those things that if you stand on the train tracks and don't move, the train is coming anyways.
Anyway, wow.
And you are going to be left out. So your businesses need to be on there. Like my husband's bank, they're one of the first banks to be in there. His company, they're doing great things there. You need to be in there.
Tommy, can I bank with you in the Metaverse? I need that on camera. What?
Where is this
What he
podcast?
say? Repeat that. He said I can.
Oh, yeah.
I need to bank with you in the Metaverse, man. Don't leave your boy out, man. I'm gonna put guaranteed. I'm gonna put this on
Guaranteed.
camera. I'm gonna
Good.
put this on camera with you. You will see the Instincts podcast,
In the
Bean
Metaverse.
Acres,
Okay.
and my animal trainings
Okay.
of some type in that Metaverse.
I'm excited for it.
I will have an NFT. I haven't figured it all out
Right.
yet, but I'm gonna have a young lady that's helped me. She's gonna come over,
Right.
and of course I'm gonna introduce y'all.
Yeah.
They have an entire 3D Oculus
Yeah.
Metaverse event experience.
Nice.
This will be my animal, my tiger, my jaguar,
That is so
my
dope.
snow leopard, my hummingbird, bees, the things I teach on. Imagine being able to go through the Metaverse at your home and experience these animals
right.
in the Metaverse
That
in
is
3D.
so. That
That's
is
gonna
so
be
dope.
Chris, that's gonna be cool.
And the beautiful thing about it is like the Metaverse is an Earth that's still unformed. You can make whatever you want to make in there because it's not regulated by so you can have a whole MLM in like attach whatever NFT that you're doing to some sort of profit or some like this is the chance to revolutionize whatever you want and make whatever you want with no restrictions.
You such a forward thinker, man. Low five.
I'm not as forward as you.
No, you hey, well, let's compete on forwardness. We got to do something together, Chris.
Yeah,
We got to do something together. We
Yeah.
got to get in business together. We got to form our
Please.
LLC. We got to do our, what do you call it, a co-op, affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
JV. We're going to do something together.
Perfect.
Absolutely. With that man help.
Right.
So we do have something in common. I lost my father 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yes, and you lost your father
So sorry.
recently.
Yeah, it's March, right? It's March. We buried him February the 2nd.
So you lost your father less than 30 days ago.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How are you coming? Are we going to keep his legacy alive?
Ooh, how am I feeling? Day by day, I think that I've, back to my conspiracy stuff. I'm just researching more about death and everything like that, and I feel like I have peace in a sense of like, he was suffering for a really long time, and so I have peace that he's better.
Absolutely.
And he's doing his own thing wherever he's at. And one thing that is that I'll be able to see him.
Absolutely.
Again, and then how am I going to keep his legacy alive? So that, I've known my dad since I was 2, and he treated me like I was his real child. He loved me just as much as my sister. Like, he loved me. And I think that generational wealth is what he taught me the importance of. And he's also very forward thinking as well. He has a whole care book that when he passed away, we knew exactly where to go to. And like, he has a book with all of his documents. Grab that bag. That's one thing that our culture does.
We don't discuss it.
We don't discuss
Don't want
it.
to talk about
we don't
it.
talk about it. If someone dies, we don't know where to look at. We don't know where their will is. We don't know what. My dad was so organized, and I feel like his act of love was taking care of us, not only here on earth, but beyond his death. He's still taking care of our family. Still taking care of us.
Absolutely.
And it makes me emotional, but that's what our people, like, it needs to be normal.
It has to be normal, and we got to talk about it. Absolutely.
And we have to talk about it.
Great.
And like, how are you processing yours?
Yes. Well, my father, he wasn't sick very long.
Okay.
I knew that his health was declining. My father had a blood clot a long time ago that we think ultimately traveled.
Wow.
He lost his leg about a year before he passed to save him. But after a while, the cholesterol levels, a bout with prostate, his circulation, it was just too many things to overcome.
Right.
And my dad was tired as well.
Yeah.
And I celebrate his legacy by doing things like this.
Right.
You know, by being on stage. 6 hours after he passed, I was on stage doing a keynote.
I couldn't do it.
I did it. I did it in his honor. My father passed at 5:08 a.m. in Memphis. I jumped on a plane, came back to Atlanta because I was the scheduled speaker at an event at 12 noon. So 6 hours later, I was on a plane and
you better than me.
Rocked it.
You better than me.
And I channeled him.
Yeah.
So we have to live through our parents. My parents taught me how to live without them. Like your dad, he set everything up where now you can continue the generational wealth. And that's why another reason you're sitting here so strong, he's sitting in this chair. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So final question. This is what I ask everybody. It may take you some time to think about it, but knowing you, here it is. This is the Instincts Podcast. If you had to pick one animal that you can relate to, that you identify with, you compare yourself to what animal?
A bull.
You already know.
Yeah.
A bull?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm stubborn, and they say both your strength is your weakness. When people say, you know, I can't, when family is doubting me, when family is laughing at my ideas, I'm so bullheaded that no matter what you say, no matter what's going on, I'm going to hit the target every time. I don't let anybody deter me from anything. Wow. Like I will go at it until I
done.
Yeah.
To all my astrologists out there, I know a little something, just a little bit. I'm an Aries, Ram, Taurus on the cusp. What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
I've been listening to somebody about some astrology.
I'm a Taurus to the T. Look Taurus up. I'm
you.
Everything that thing says.
It's you. Well, look, man, we got a quick addition to the family. Can we bring Legend over? Let's bring Legend over real quick. Man. We got to do a quick shout out. Let's get Legend on camera. She said, I don't have children. I have a stepchild.
I have 3.
You got 3 stepchildren, but Legend. Come on up, T.
Oh, Tommy, please be careful, babe. In the middle one.
Look at this here.
No, don't put him down, baby. Give him to me. Oh my.
Glam Squad, you gonna hold him?
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, come here. Yeah. No, I know he wants his wife to just represent. Yes. But stand in the middle. Sis camera. Okay. Hey, this man right here. Can I get a pledge? You gonna come talk to us?
Absolutely.
All right. Stoop down a little bit.
He said stoop down.
He gonna come see us. This is time. He's coming. All right. He gonna be on the chair next. Good to see you, man.
So funny.
This is Legend.
You can take him back. His solid self.
This is Legend. All right, good stuff. Well, listen, it is a great day to change lives.
It is.
This is Kris Holt. Kris, where can they find you? And where can they find you, and what can you do for them?
Yeah, so my Instagram got hacked at 40K, so I'm starting all over.
Your Instagram got hacked at 40K?
Yeah, it did. It did. So Kris Holt official, KrisHolt, the word official, and then my website is chrisisit.com.
Kris is it.
Kris is it.
All right, good deal.
I'm like the it solutions. Like you don't need nothing else. I'm it. So Kris, KRISISIT, chrisisit.com.
Kris is it. I love it. See, that's the marketing in you. Can the viewers of the Instincts podcast get a coupon code for anything?
Oh yeah.
All right, use the word instincts. Let's use the word instincts.
Okay.
And then if they're watching this video, let's give them a discount on. We'll put it in the comments. I won't make you make it up. We'll put it in the comments.
Okay, cool.
Type in the word instincts as your coupon. If you see this video from the podcast, that's why I'm bringing out extra special people like Kris. We're going to help our community. All right. It's a great day to change lives. Listen, this segment has been sponsored by Monetize Your Message. Your story belongs to you, but your message belongs to the world. This is Kris Holt. chrisisit.com. And I believe it too.
Thank you, Brian.
High five.
Thank
Low
you.
five.
Thanks for
Great job.
having me.